What's a podcast? I like your show.
How did I get here? Welcome to the Shipe Sports Show.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of the Shipe Sports Talk Show. Thank you for joining us on the eve of this snowmageddon blizzard, the day before, the calm before the storm, I guess.
It's going to get crazy out there.
It is. Well, if anything to happen,
If yesterday was a preview, I mean,
that was awful.
people can't drive with dusting, so
People can't drive when it rains.
yeah.
Well, joined always by my co-host and producer, Paul.
How's it going, Mr. Matt?
Good. Joined always by co-host David, the coach Shipe.
Hi, how's everybody out there?
I'm assuming they're good. And joined by Chris Cordova.
Hola.
¿Cómo estás?
Okay.
But, dude, yesterday was crazy. 100, what did they say, 150 athletes on a little dusting?
Yeah.
That was bad.
That was in Virginia, right?
That was everywhere. In
Everywhere?
DMV.
Oh,
DMV.
I thought it was just Virginia. That's why I was like, wow.
You know what's funny is no matter how many times it snows in this area, we are never prepared.
Mm-mm.
I don't understand.
It's
Like
just
I know we're not New England and we don't get snow all around, but you would think after a while they would get on what to do.
it's what happens, man. People freak.
People panic when they're driving.
They freak out.
And I learned
oh,
you
yeah, all
never
the bread is cleared out from the stores, all
you
the water.
never say your grandparents are wrong. We went out to dinner with my grandparents last night, me and my wife, and they said, "Oh, it's gonna snow tonight." We're like, "No, they're talking about Friday." Sure enough, while we're eating dinner, here comes the snow. I was like, "God, I guess they were right."
We did my podcast
You
last
did
night,
yesterday.
and it was just flurrying when they got here,
Mm-hmm.
and then we spent an hour and a half down here maybe, and then we came back out and there was probably like an inch on the ground.
Was Roy here?
Yeah.
How long did it take him to get home?
Well, because usually we go out to BWB afterwards.
Did
But
y'all-
then we were like, nah, let's just not do it because maybe the roads.
Well,
are
he
bad.
had an easy drive up to Urbana. I'm assuming he just took 355.
Well, I think he took 270 up. Yeah. Hey, Matt, do me a favor. Can you grab that camera and just tilt it down a little bit, all the way on the top? Coach and Cordova are. We'll go any further down. Yeah, that's it. Good. Perfect. There you go.
All right, now we're back after talking about Snowmageddon. Guy across from me over here is all ready to get liquor up.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so today on the show, we're going to cover both the NFC and AFC championship games. Of course, we have the Broncos versus the Patriots, Manning versus Brady, 500 or whatever it is now.
Dude, you know ESPN was licking their chops when that happened.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone, NFL
Yeah.
Network, everyone who could just,
Everyone,
you're just sitting there
all
like,
of the-
please. You knew it was going to happen.
Yep.
You knew it was going to happen. And the other side, we have Cardinals versus the Panthers. So both number 1, number 2 seeds made it through both conferences.
Yep.
But good Lord, just real quick before we start discussing that, how about the ending to that Cardinals-Packers game?
Mhm.
Can we change the Hail Mary to the Hail Rodgers?
Yeah,
Because that's
right?
2 in 1 year he's gotten. And let's go back to the play before that on the 4th and 20 where he made the catch.
They never should have been able to even get that
No.
far. To even
Well,
have
first
the-
off, the play before the 4th and 20, that was blatant and pass interference on the one before that, I think.
so.
I mean, he
think so,
pulled the
too.
guy, and the ref is just like, eh. These NFL refs during the playoffs haven't been the best.
Oh yeah, they all look like they were just blah.
Well, I don't think, have we been on since we talked about the Bengals game?
It's been a couple weeks.
No, that game,
No.
the ending of that game was I know we're going back in time, but the ending of that game was just atrocious.
I
I
don't
thought-
even know how to explain
I
it.
thought the ending of that game, I was watching a promotion for the WWE, Summer Slam or Winter Slam or whatever. 'Cause
That was bad.
basically in my opinion, threw football back a few more years.
He hit Antonio Brown with the shoulder pads. It wasn't him.
It doesn't
Well,
matter. He's still targeting his
He
face.
did.
Well-
Well, you knew it was coming after what happened to Bernard. You knew it was coming. Forever when Bernard went down, it was just building up, and you knew it was coming. You knew, but I think you did it the wrong time. You should have just waited till next year. Shouldn't have done it this year. I mean, you already hurt Big Ben before that. I mean, why keep on going at it? That guy, he lost when Giovanni Bernard went down. That guy lost his cool. He was done.
Mhm.
He just made an incredible interception, but I think we can fall that game on Jeremy Hill for fumbling the ball.
Yeah, if the fumble doesn't occur, none of that stuff after
No, he
happens.
Well,
wins.
you know what? A game never comes down to just one play.
No,
No.
it's all. But it's just a combination of players losing their cool.
But what
Yeah,
I feel bad for the
100%.
Bengals is they didn't have Andy Dalton, and I know Dalton's record in the playoffs, but Dalton was playing great this year, and it sucks when you don't have your starting QB in the playoffs. It's just
Correct.
a horrible situation. So, and then another game I want to talk about from this past weekend is that demolishing of the Seahawks. Now the final score doesn't show it,
Right.
but that first
Right.
half was just atrocious, and you could tell in the second half. The Panthers weren't really going for any more kill shots. They were just running the ball. Because you saw when Newton was running to the outside, he quickly darted back in when he probably
Yes,
could have picked up more
yes.
yards, but he darted back in to keep the clock going. I mean, that's all what they were doing. He wasn't even taking any shots. When he was about to get hit, that's the first time I've ever seen Newton slide. Usually he's going in there full steam, but he was sliding. You can tell they were just doing clock management that second half. So, of course, Seattle was going to come back. But I feel like if Seattle got any closer, the Panthers would have kept it going even more.
Well, you don't know because if the Seahawks had gotten a little closer there, we really don't know how the game would have ended up. How would the momentum swing have gone to the Seahawks? And here you have the Panthers, like you said, we're coasting a little bit. It's tough to get it back.
It is.
Well, we probably saw the final game of Marshawn Lynch's Seattle career because apparently he wants to just. I mean, he's been pissed ever since.
It's been some years now, I think.
Last couple years.
Yeah, it's not like this is new. So
Yeah.
I'm interested to see where he ends up. I mean, that's going to be interesting. Do you
Dallas.
think- Dallas. I
Why
mean,
not? They need a running back.
They do need a running back.
Right.
I mean, Darren McFadden's just not a. I mean, he's not an everyday back. I mean, you got
Well,
Dallas.
he had a pretty good season for him.
Tennessee
It was
needs a running back.
better than what they expected.
You're
But
shaking
do
your
they,
head
do
for
they
it.
have the money though?
I don't.
I mean, Dallas has the money.
Well, no, you can't say a team has the money because there is a salary cap in
That's
football.
true.
I mean, it's not like baseball where whoever
Well,
has the most
isn't
money.
isn't DeMarco Murray thinking about going back already?
Well, he wants to. Well, now they have a new coach. Who knows what he wants to do
Right.
now? I just don't think.
Yeah,
The thing
that's
with
true.
DeMarco is, I know we're getting off topic. He
Yeah,
didn't
off
fit.
topic, right?
He didn't
Yeah.
fit Chip Kelly's scheme. DeMarco
Right.
is north and south. Kelly likes to do east and west, and that wasn't DeMarco's mo. That was McCoy's mo. McCoy was fast enough. DeMarco wasn't. But besides that, all right, let's start with the games this weekend. Let's save the Brady Manning Bowl for a second. Let's do Panthers, Cardinals, and I mean the big matchup I think is for the Panthers is do they have the weapons on offense to keep up with the Cardinals defense, mostly because really the only deep threat he has to throw to is Great Olsen, with Kelvin Benjamin hurt. So you're going to have Olsen and the thing is the linebackers for the Cardinals, most of them were safeties turned linebackers. I mean, they got the speed to probably keep up with Olsen, the size. But then also is, I really don't think the passing attack is going to be there for the wide receivers because I think Peterson can shut down whoever they put on him. You got the Honey Badger out there, so it could be a tough game. So I think the Panthers to win this are going to have to grind it out with the running attack.
I mean, that's what they've been doing all year long, though. I mean, it's
Yeah,
not
Stewart.
something new.
Yeah.
It's really not. So that is their MO. That's what they're going to try to do. It's not like they're going to try to switch it up here in the championship game. They do have some receivers. They've been a little bit inconsistent, of course, but as long as they make the plays when they need to, they'll be fine because the running game is going to work. Cam Newton is his own running game, by
Right.
himself. So I really don't think the receivers have to do too much. And you saw last week, they really didn't have to do too much. The defense scored a touchdown. Jonathan Stewart scored 2 touchdowns. After that, it was just, like you said, they were coasting the rest of the game. So the receivers barely did anything.
Can you imagine if Kelvin Benjamin was still there?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
do
that's,
the Panthers don't they get Ted Ginn Jr. back this week?
Wasn't he there last week?
I'm not sure if he played last week
he
or not.
was there last week.
But
They get him back,
He gets
but-
another week.
But the thing with Ted Ginn is that Peterson's just as fast to keep up with him on a down throw threat.
Right,
So you may see
right.
Peterson will probably shadow him or the Honey Badger because they got the speed to keep up with him.
Well, I think
Is the
one-
Honey Badger
yeah.
back? Because he was injured a few weeks
I
ago.
think they said
Who's,
he's back.
who's the Honey Badger?
How the hell did you say his name? Tyron Mathis?
Yeah, Matthew.
Matthew, yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if he's back for St. Louis.
St. Louis.
I mean, well, there used to be the St. Louis Cardinals.
You're thinking of
before
the
they went to
baseball team.
Arizona.
You're thinking of the baseball
They
team.
did have the St. Louis Cardinals in St. Louis.
Yeah, they play in the AL. They play in the NL Central. They have the Cubs. All those teams.
Do we have to go back through history here?
No,
There was
we
the
don't.
St. Louis Cardinals baseball and St. Louis Cardinals football.
Okay, all right, I believe you.
Yeah.
Speaking of St. Louis, they don't have a football team anymore.
No, they're going to
Mhm.
L.A.
All right, but I mean, now let's switch to their, what about the Cardinals offense? You're going to have Fitzgerald out there, David Johnson's out there. I mean, it's really, what's the guy's, Josh Norman? Norman's his last name, right? It's going to be Norman versus Fitzgerald. That should be interesting because Norman likes to talk all game, so we'll
Mhm.
see. That's going to be a pretty good matchup, but then also with,
You got
Fitzgerald, you got Brown, you got Floyd, so it should be an
Floyd.
interesting matchup for this, for this Panthers defense.
See, that's the
Right.
thing is it's going to be interesting because the Cardinals like to play 4 or 5 wide receivers at times, and I don't know if Carolina's going to. They don't like to bring pressure. I think they normally get enough pressure with their front 4 that they can keep everyone back, and it's going to be interesting to see if those 5 receivers, if Carson Palmer can finally get a little bit more accurate this week, because there were some throws that he could have had a touchdown, but he just completely missed the receiver. There really wasn't too much pressure in his face when he was making some of those throws. So I don't know if it's his finger, because he dislocate his finger a couple weeks ago, I think. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see if he can.
Palmer?
Yeah.
Well, he practiced full. The thing for Carolina, speaking of pass rush, is Jared Allen. Will he be playing?
Yeah, I don't know.
They did say
busted his foot.
Well, they say he returned to practicing on limited basis, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, if his foot hurts, then they'll reevaluate it tomorrow after practice today. But you see, looking at a lot of these teams here,
Mhm.
and you're watching, and they give you the reports on who's hurt, who this, and you see a lot of limited in parentheses.
Mhm.
So basically, they're going through the motions.
Yeah.
They're not going full tilt. They're just,
No.
what can you do? Take a couple steps here, couple steps here, but this is our game plan.
It's mainly mentally
Yeah,
preparing.
if tomorrow is the day.
Mhm.
If you can't tomorrow, then it goes to probable on Saturday for Sunday showdown.
I guess
We'll
I was
see.
wrong about. I guess I was wrong about Downey Badger. I didn't realize he was out for the year.
Yeah, that's what I thought. He was out for the whole year.
Yeah, he's
God,
fine.
look at my bad reporting. Jesus, I'm gonna get fired from the show.
Yeah. Well,
Paul, take over. I'm done.
here's the thing that's going to dictate the game. If you look, the Panthers are number 1 in the NFL in takeaways.
Mhm.
Okay, now if Carson gets out of sync, I say out of sync like he did last week and threw two interceptions
I
he
think
threw
so.
last week.
yeah, won the red zone.
All right, it could be the turnaround in this game. Now, Carson has to get off to, I'd say he's got to get on track early to his receivers.
Mhm.
Okay, get that going. But I also believe that the running back, David Johnson, he's got to get his feet wet a little early too, because that's going to open up Fitzgerald, Floyd, and Brown. So, but you still have the back of the mind that, the number 1 team in takeaways in the NFL are the Panthers.
Right.
So you have to be accurate with what you're doing.
And I think it's really important, like you mentioned, to get David Johnson going. They tried last game, but he really couldn't do anything. I mean, he was completely shut down in the run game. Now, he still had a lot of value in the passing game. He definitely had, I think, 8 or 9 targets in the passing
Right.
game, and he should have had a touchdown. One of Palmer's incompletions came in the red zone where David Johnson was at the 1 yard line, and all he had to do was catch it and turn, and he's in there. But he overshot him. But it definitely, you got to get the run game going against this team, because if you can get ahead in against the Panthers, I think they can stay ahead, because I don't think the Panthers are used to coming back.
No.
They've had to, of course,
they've
during
had
the
a couple
season,
times this year.
but that's not how they operate. A run first team doesn't want to have to come back from 14,
Mhm.
21 points down.
I think one other thing the Cardinals maybe, and I'm sure it's in their game plan somewhere, is,
Mhm.
and it always goes back to old school. If you got somebody that you're weary of, especially as a quarterback, you try to get somebody to spy on him. Now, if the Cardinals, could it be, the linebacker, is that Buchanan, the 210-pound linebacker that they have back there? I believe that's his name,
Yeah.
or I butchered it.
The thing is Deion Buchanan, right?
Right. Yeah. So if you
Mhm.
get him, to if you can afford to keep Cam where he needs to be, because if you look at the Panthers, a lot of the passers that he completes is when he starts to run and scramble back there behind the line of scrimmage. Like you said earlier, he doesn't have the great receivers, but they know when to get out of their routes and start looking back to Cam when he starts doing a
drill.
scramble drill. So, I think they probably do it a little better than some of the teams in the NFL, and that's set into part of their game plan too. So that's a big thing that the Cardinals have to count on.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're going to bring the blitz a lot too.
That's true.
We saw that last week against Rodgers. I mean,
I know. Even on the last play of the game, they brought the house,
Mhm.
and I
They
think that
brought the
really,
house.
I really think that killed them, because it was less.
Mhm.
What I understand about those Hail Marys is I like what Detroit did, is where they'll bring in Calvin Johnson. If I'm Arizona on that last play, I'm bringing in Fitzgerald, I'm bringing in John Brown, I'm bringing in Floyd, I'm bringing in the hands
I
team.
don't
'cause
know
those,
about John Brown. He's kind of
No.
short.
all right, well, maybe Fitzgerald or
I could
Floyd.
see Fitzgerald. Yeah,
Bring
Fitzgerald or
bring
Floyd.
Fitzgerald in, because Fitzgerald can go up and catch the ball. I mean, he'll probably go up just to swat it.
He's one of the best.
But the guy who caught the ball, who was he? Like, no one knew who he was before that.
I saw something on the internet that said, the Packers wide receiving core is so thin that they only have one black receiver.
Oh God, we're getting taken off air
Yeah,
now.
we're getting off of that. That'll be done.
We're done. Way to go.
I just oh my god. That
Thanks a
was
lot,
so
Chris.
funny. That's not our view. That is not the point of view of the Shipe Sports Talk Network program. But I thought it was fun.
It is. I
Thought it
mean,
was
All
fun.
right. But yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens this game.
But you can't deny that those wide receivers, they had a great game for not playing probably most of the season and then coming in and I don't even know the guy's name. What was his name?
Oh, you only
remember?
caught, what, 2 passes the whole
Was
year
it
up
Jeff-
until that last
Jeff
game?
Janis.
Janis.
Jeff Janis, Abradaris. I mean, these guys you haven't heard of all season long, and then here we go. Divisional round,
Yeah.
catching touchdowns. You know, it's crazy. They did a great job. And really, Patrick Peterson completely shut down James Jones.
Oh yeah.
I was so surprised. I wasn't surprised that he was shut out. I was surprised that he was literally shut out. A big bagel. I mean,
And then once Cobb got hurt, that was.
oh
pretty
yeah,
much
then they
it.
could just focus on.
Okay,
on-
I missed it because I was at work. What's this catch that wasn't a catch that they were talking about with Cobb? That was the greatest catch ever. That wasn't a catch.
It's probably the catch that he got hurt on.
Yeah, because they said that. Yeah. So go ahead. Who's going to the Super Bowl? Paul.
In this game, right?
Yeah, this game. Who's
This
going to the
game.
Super Bowl?
the Redskins.
What?
That was
Ding, ding, ding,
2 weeks
ding.
ago.
The Redskins are going to
How many beers have you drank so far?
You still down here from last night?
be. Yeah, exactly. Oh man, I don't know. It's so up in the air for me right now. Like I don't know.
Carolina, or Arizona. Just gotta say one. Just say one. Who roll whatever
All
rolls right off your tongue.
Let's do
Blue or red?
Carolina.
All right, Coach.
All right. Well, I was looking at both here down the way. Cardinals have a good passing game. All right. We just have to see if Carolina can control it, but Carolina's got Cam Newton. And I still look at their defense is pretty doggone tough. I don't know. I'm so far out of the beaten path right now. I just say I would like to see. You can't say all different teams, but the Panthers. In a close game. Panthers in a close game.
Chris.
I think this is going to be a shootout. I think it has the potential to be a shootout. Just because the Panthers have Cam Newton.
True.
You know, whether he's going to run for 10 first downs or he's going to, just get enough to win this game and incorporate his receivers this time. But for me, I think I'm going to have to go with the veteran who was out of sync last week, but I would not bet that he's going to be out of sync 2 weeks in a row. So I'm going to go with the Cards.
I am going to go with Carolina with the MVP of Cam Newton. I think he'll be the MVP of the league, and I think when you're an MVP, this is what you do. You guide your team to the Super Bowl, whatever. All right, so let's
I'm
switch.
the lone wolf this week.
Yep, you are. So let's switch conferences, go to the AFC, and oh my God, it's Brady versus Manning for like the 10th time ever.
17.
20. Jesus God.
17.
I think somebody had the other. It's a 17th
Yeah,
meeting.
You know,
It's
ESPN
definitely
was sitting there like, come on,
Yeah.
come on, Manning.
Come
show
on, man.
ratings.
God, how many times they met in the? I think 4 times. This is the 4th time, right? In the conference championship, I believe it's 4. I think I would have read 4.
In the conference championship, I think. Yeah.
God, they had a meme. They had a meme on this one where they showed Brady holding a little baby with Manning's face. It said,
Mhm.
"Daddy's coming to see you this weekend."
Uh,
Because he owns Brady. I mean, he owns Manning in the playoffs. I mean, what more can you say about it? He owns him. So, I mean, where do you start with this game? I mean, you have Brady, who last week showed that once he got all his weapons back, right back to normal.
Oh yeah.
The weeks
Yeah.
before, he was struggling in the games. No Edelman. Amendola was hurt. Gronk was in and out. Got Gronk back. Got Amendola back. Got Edelman back. And he just... Edelman picked off where he left off. Didn't even look like he was hurt anymore.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, those steel toe
steel,
shoes
yeah,
help out pretty good.
Gronk looked great in the red zone. I mean, they didn't run, they did what they did last year in the playoffs. Didn't run the ball at all.
Yeah, when you don't really need to. When you get a quick three-step drop pass out to Edelman for, he catches it 3 yards out and turns it into an 8-yard gain. I mean, why do you need to run the ball?
I don't know, but I think they're going to have to at least run the ball a little bit. If you have, what do you have? Ware and Miller coming off the edges for you, you're going to have to put it on them a little, and say, whoa, you're going to keep coming off the edges, and here you go, hand off the ball. Let's cool you down. Let's stop you to slow you down a little bit. Take those first 2 steps as a runner pass, and then that gives me time to hit, Amendola, Edelman, or Gronk out there down the seam somewhere.
I think it's gonna be a physical game, but with the Broncos all year, like you're saying, they're gonna ride this game on their defense. Manning, he didn't throw any interceptions last week, didn't make any mistakes, but still,
he didn't throw any touchdowns either.
That's what I was getting to. He still didn't look too Manning-like, I guess, as you can say.
Well, I think if you look at it, also, his receivers were dropping a couple passes here and there.
Yes,
you can't
Peyton. Deny that.
My thing is, Peyton has to get off to a quick start. He cannot wait like they did last week against Pittsburgh and win it in the fourth quarter, because if he does, it's going to be already won by New England.
Right. That's a team that's not really going to give it up. They're not going to slow down.
No. And his wide receivers, all of them have to step up. They have to play.
Well, you got Denarius, Emmanuel Sanders, and they got to step up. But I think the main difference for Manning this year is, and no one's been talking about, is the loss of Julius Thomas. That was bigger than what they thought. They tried bringing Vernon Davis. He can't catch a cold, apparently. And Manning just won't even look at him anymore. Owen Daniels, he's not Julius Thomas.
No.
And I think that really hurt them more than what they thought it would. Because Julius, he excelled. I mean, everyone thought, well, maybe he was a quarterback. Looked pretty damn good with Blake Bortles. So he was actually a pretty decent tight end. So you can't say it was all Manning.
Yeah, I think two things that may help Peyton get on track a little. Hillman and Anderson.
Oh, yeah.
If they can get some run game out of them.
Anderson looked pretty good last week.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And, get Hillman in there, a few shots there and there. If he can get them going, if the offensive line can get them some run room, that would open up. That would hold those linebackers a little bit like it does in any game, and possibly give him, a little more option to get to his receivers. So, a lot plays into it. Everybody has to do what they need to do, especially everybody's got to step up twofold in a game like this instead of regular season game.
Oh, yeah, it's all or nothing. I mean, there is no tomorrow. That's the mindset you got to go in with. But I think one thing we have to make sure that we are aware of is that even though obviously Peyton Manning is not the same Peyton Manning, everybody knows that, everyone can see it now. At the line of scrimmage, he's still a genius. He can still read the defense and make audibles and make adjustments as needed.
Omaha.
Yeah, I mean, he still has the freedom to do that. The problem is
he's a coach on the field.
Yeah,
Omaha he'll be a great coach after this.
Omaha just comes out to the center and knows when to snap it.
He just says it just to say it. I think what was a drinking game last year? Every time does Omaha take a shot.
But I noticed a couple times in that game last week where either it was Peyton or not the right personnel was in there. But I'm like, why is he using a timeout now? Now, it's not, I don't know what's going on or anything on what was the play was coming in late or whatever.
Exactly right.
But it just looked like
he wasn't ready yet.
It's not. Why does he keep, at a certain point, come on, Peyton, you know what you need to do, or you should know, and it kept coming in. It just wasn't getting on time, or he either looked confused or whatever, or it was a play call wasn't right and he couldn't get out of it. That can't happen in this game.
Oh, of course not. But one thing, he has been out. He hasn't started in how many weeks? You think that could affect it a little bit?
Not Peyton.
You don't think
I
so?
don't think Peyton either. Peyton's the type of player who should be able to get back in there and get back on the
Yeah,
saddle.
I mean, it's like riding a bike,
For him,
right back on it.
I think, to be honest with you, I think this season could be his last hoorah.
Oh, yeah.
And I have a feeling if he gets to the Super Bowl and beats New England this week, I think win or lose Super Bowl, I think he's done. Because I think he's won a Super Bowl. He did that. I think the main thing he hasn't done is beating Brady in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And
He has won.
Yeah. Does anyone still think it burns him that Eli has more Super Bowls than him?
It would burn me. If I had to choose one player, I would
Peyton.
choose Peyton Manning all day.
Eli just had great defenses,
Mhm.
Right.
And
They had-
they got on a hot streak.
Well,
Yeah.
if the defense steps up for Denver, as capable as they can be,
Right.
it could be another Super Bowl for Peyton.
I would love a pick. Well, I mean, since I picked Carolina, I would love to see Manning versus that Carolina's defense, but I would more like to see Brady versus Carolina. For me, the matchup that I would want to see is Brady going against that Carolina defense. That's what I would want to see. But
yeah.
for a fan base, you would love to see Manning there. But in terms of matchup, I want to see Brady versus Newton. I want to see the two possible MVPs of this league go at it. Let them dog it out.
Yeah, I can see that. I think that'll be the more entertaining Super Bowl matchup.
Sure.
Because they both got great. I mean, you'll have Brady's pass against Carolina's run.
Well,
I think it'll be great.
You go back, if you remember, it was the Patriots. I'm not sure it was Brady in his younger days that beat Carolina
Yeah,
in the Super Bowl.
Adam Vinatieri launched second field goal. The things that he
Yes.
did every year
Uh-huh.
for whatever reason, Vinatieri just was there. He was like the Robert Ory of football. He just made last-second shots.
Well, that was against who? Jake Delhomme?
Jake Delhomme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
I remember one of the pre-press conference things. They asked all the players in the Carolina Panthers, "Can you spell your quarterback's last name?" I remember no one could spell it. It was so funny.
That was Smith wasn't in the NFL yet, was he, Steve? I don't think
I
so.
believe he was a receiver.
Steve Smith?
then.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
He was
a
still
wide
there?
receiver,
he was
yeah.
there.
Young.
Uh-huh.
No, he was young.
Yeah.
He was young, but he was there.
All right, let's do it. Who's going to the Super Bowl? Who's going to play against your Super Bowl pick? Paul? Brady or Manning?
What now?
Brady or Manning?
It's probably gonna be Brady again.
Brady? Coach?
Well, I know that the NFL would love to see Peyton, okay? Because I don't think Goodell wants to be up on the stands and hand Tom Brady the
Yeah.
Super Bowl trophy, or Bill Belichick or whatever, or anybody from New England organization.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in my heart, I'd like to see Peyton. I just think New England will pull it out, and it. You know, I could go over for 2 here, but Panthers and the Patriots.
Yeah.
You
For
know?
me, my heart is telling me Peyton Manning.
Right.
You know, I want Peyton Manning to get that second ring. I want him to go out in a blaze of glory. I feel like he could do it. Of course, he has a chance. I mean, it's certainly a possibility. But you know, when New England gets hot and when that passing game gets clicking, and you know Brady can hook up with Edelman and Gronk whenever he wants to, it's really hard to stop. And
Yep.
so my mind is telling me the Patriots, but my pick is going to be Denver. I'm going to will them to win.
I'm going to go with Brady. I'm going to think
Yeah.
Brady's going for another Super Bowl, and I think he's going to. I mean, we'll talk about our Super Bowl matchup next week. I think it's going to be a great Super Bowl matchup. Hopefully, I
Can't wait.
can't wait for it.
But-
Should be a good show.
But you know, getting back, these are 4 tough teams. These are, if you're
Mhm.
looking at, these are 2 tough picks right now. You know, you don't usually get, I don't like him anyway, so let's just, want him to lose. But I think maybe a census is, maybe it's not. What I'm getting is, people like all 4 teams. You know,
Mhm.
they like the people that are on them, and it's a tough pick. The Super Bowl.
So we'll see what happens. The good thing about Super Bowl is we have 2 weeks to talk about it, too.
Yeah. I mean, any one of these teams can win it.
Oh, yeah.
Any
Any
one
of
of these teams
Mm-hmm.
have shown throughout the year that they consistently are the best teams in the league right now, and they deserve to be where they are right now.
Correct.
It's going to be really exciting to see who wins these games.
All right. Well, those are our Super Bowl, our conference championship picks. So, again, next week we'll start diving the Super Bowl for 2 weeks in a row. I
I
hate
can't wait, though.
That'll be fun.
Real quick before we switch to our next topic, a little bit of breaking news for the NBA. They just announced the All-Star starters for the Western Conference, and it's going to be Kobe Bryant, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, and Kawhi Leonard. So those will be the starters for the West. I'm assuming they'll announce the East pretty soon.
Shortly.
Everyone knew Kobe was going to make it.
Yeah,
I mean, it's his final year.
farewell season.
Mhm.
It's deserving, well deserving.
So in our next topic, obviously, we'll tell you the East once it comes up. So we're going to shift gears and talk a little college football real quick. Let's talk about Maryland.
Ooh.
And let's talk about the 2 recruits they just lost this week. They lost Jones, the linebacker, and they lost Hoskin, the quarterback.
Haskins, the
Haskin,
quarterback,
Haskin. You know what?
From Bullis, and the linebacker from Good Counsel.
Never wished bad upon anyone. I hope Hoskin just busts out of Ohio State. I hope he busts his out.
Well,
This is what pisses me off is that after the coaching change, he came on Channel 9 interview and said, I'm still going to Maryland. Doesn't matter the coaching change. I'm still going to go. And then, look, you know what? I hope he had a damn good time watching Maryland basketball kick the crap out of Ohio State. I hope he enjoyed that.
I
Because he
don't
was
know
at that game, and I hope he enjoyed it.
exactly what was behind it. You never know what
But
a high
here's-
school
but
kid
here's
is
the thing.
thinking about.
Here's the thing, though. This is what I don't understand about him. If he goes to Maryland, he's coming in the starter day one this year.
Well, that's
JT
more
Barrett has
likely.
already been named the starter next year for Ohio State.
Right.
You got to play behind someone.
I still get back to Diggs going to Alabama,
That had something to do with it,
and I
probably.
believe that he wanted
Diggs to
don't
come
get me
here.
wrong here. I'm just saying I believe that he would like to have had.
Well, they were
Diggs
buddies.
go.
They were
Yeah,
buddies.
they were good friends.
Well, once you saw Jones decommit, you knew Hoskin was only days later from doing it. I mean, they did the announcement together. As soon as they said, "Oh, we're announcing together," you're like, "All right, well, Hoskin's going to Ohio State because he just decided to go there."
Right.
I mean, tips off to Urban Meyers for flipping them, but I mean, look at the programs, also difference.
Yeah, big
But-
difference.
but
he has
Ho-
a chance to play for a national title.
But Hoskin had the chance to be the face of the new Maryland. I mean, they got a new
Okay.
coach. You
Right.
had a chance to be the face. You had the chance to change the culture. Now, hopefully, no other commits start flipping. Maybe they will. But he had a chance to come into Maryland, be the starter with the new head coach, and be like, all right, let's turn this program around. And he chose to go somewhere where he's going to be a backup.
Well, still a couple of commitments are headed, to Maryland. The
But-
running back
but here's the
Funk
thing
from,
is-
from Damascus is still headed there.
Fu-
I haven't heard about the kids from DeMatha.
Well, I think that so
Whether
far,
they
we'll
have-
find out. Was it the 2nd of
Find
February?
out February 2nd.
But here's the thing also is I think Maryland's got a former four-star
Right.
from Virginia Tech. They just got a commitment from a running back in Florida. But here's also the thing about Hoskin is if you go to Maryland and have a bad game, you're going to be the starter. You go to Ohio State and have a bad game, they're calling for blood. They're going to call for you to be benched. They're going to call
Well-
for you. That's look what happened to Chandler Jones, Barrett, Miller. I mean, one of them had a bad game. It's like, oh, throw the other guy in.
Well, I think when he goes up to Ohio State, he's going to sit, get time behind. Whether he gets redshirted or not, that's another question or another thing. But he will have time to sit, get the system, get his grades up, and learn the Ohio State way. It's just a lot of high school kids. You just don't know, what they're thinking. A lot of them have come up and switched the day of.
Well, here's the thing. You know what? Get rid of verbal commitments. Get rid of them. For kids to be able to do, I want to do here, and then week before I'm flipping, just get rid of verbal commitments. Let's not know anything until February 2nd.
Yeah, but didn't he just go up to Ohio State in his official visit? You only allow so many official visits, and
He just went recently.
right. So I guess you go up there, you see all national title, the year before.
Maybe a new car when you come on campus. Maybe some stuff.
Not with Urban Meyer up there.
Yeah.
You don't know. You never do. We don't like discussing that. But I just think he saw the Ohio State, their football Hall of Fame, and you see the greats that have played up there. And when you take a young kid up there and they look at that and they go, wow,
Yeah.
it's
It's a whole
wow.
new world.
Yeah.
It's a whole new
I
world.
just don't like the way he came out and first and said I'm going to stick with Maryland, and then just flip flopped like that. I mean, but Maryland, hey, give Maryland credit. As soon as they heard
Yeah.
that, they started giving
Right.
some more offers
Right.
out.
So and I think it may be good for him to go out of the area where that nobody's expecting him right away to now this and that, but it gives him time to develop at the college level.
I don't
for
like
a
the way he
quarterback.
went about doing it.
No.
He's a high school kid, but whatever.
Yeah.
Real quick, they announced the Eastern squad for the NBA. It's going to be LeBron James, obviously, Carmelo Anthony, Paul George, Kyle Lowry, and Dwayne Wade. I think John Wall should be starting that All-Star
Yeah.
game, but
That's the one name I was looking for.
stupid. I hate fans. It's like I think for the hockey All-Star game, this guy named John Smith.
I heard
Who-
something about
Yeah,
that. right?
he's only
not
played
even
he's
in-
only played 15 games in the NHL, and he's been sent down to the minors, and
Yeah.
he got traded to the other conference, but he's still going to be a captain. Like what?
Because he can fight, apparently.
You know what? Fan voting sucks.
All-Star game is not about fighting.
The only All-Star game I enjoy watching is baseball because it matters. It matters for the World Series. I think they start doing that with hockey and basketball.
Yeah, I can see that. I think
You can do
that's
that for
kinda
hockey
cool.
and basketball. Give it to home court.
But the thing is,
You have too many
it's
divisions.
after. The All-Star break is in the middle.
Well, so is basketball and hockey.
Oh, I thought you were talking football for a second.
No,
I
not
thought
football.
it
I'm
doesn't
saying
make any
hockey
sense.
and basketball should adapt that. Now the hockey, I
It's
like I
possible.
like their new format. It's a 3v3 tournament, so I like that format.
Mhm.
But speaking of hockey, how about the Capitals?
Yeah, they've been on for.
Hot streak. They've been a hot
I was
streak
gonna
since
say
they
it's not even a streak. They're the whole season.
8
has been
losses.
Just amazing. Yeah.
They're 35-8-3. The 3 is the overtime losses. They have 73 points, and that's close to the Chicago has 68. But in their division, the Metropolitan, the Rangers are second with just 55 points. So they're a good 8th. They may have this division wrapped up a month before the season started.
You never know.
Not oh shit.
yeah.
But here's the
This
thing.
is the DC team you're talking
Here's
about.
but here's the thing about the
Wrapped up.
Capitals. Just please, can we have a parade? I don't care
For
if
what?
if they win the Stanley Cup.
Well, if they win the Stanley Cup, there
I'm
probably will
going.
be one.
I don't care if I don't follow hockey that much. I'm going just to say I went to a
Right.
parade in DC.
Yeah, I guess. I'd go.
So
Yeah.
another DC. We're talking some DC relevant. The Wizards have been off and on this year. They had a nice 5-game winning streak. They lost 2, and now they beat Miami last night. John Wall is playing out of his mind right now. But Beal's been hurt for the past. I think he was out for a good 1 or 2 months. Now he's coming back, starting to look
Right.
better now. They started doing the tandem last night, Gortat and Nene again. I think
Oh yeah, they were hot.
they
Yeah.
finally, I think the Wizards finally said, all right, screw the stretch 4. Let's just go back to what we did with the big men, and they started to play a little bit better now. The whole KD to DC thing, I think that should start going down, winding down. I don't know if KD's going to come here. I think they need to start making preparations for if he doesn't, on who else they can sign, because they're going to have the cap room.
Yeah.
So
Well,
and
there's
then-
other stars out there they could sign.
Mhm.
It's not a problem with
I heard
that.
Kobe Bryant won't be available next year.
Yeah, I'm sure.
No.
He's going to become a coach. He'll probably coach the Lakers in a couple of years.
Yeah.
And look
I
at
can
Jason.
definitely see
Yeah,
that.
I mean, who would have thought Jason Kidd would be a coach?
Yeah. Yeah.
And a good one.
Kobe Bryant received 1.8 million votes. It's a
Yeah.
lot. Most all time. For his
Great farewell stretch.
Yeah.
Start the All-Star game. You have, everybody gets to see him.
That's DC team. I guess the Redskins really nothing going on. I guess the only thing about the Redskins is when is RG3 going to be released? That's the question now.
And re-signing Kirk Cousins.
Of course.
Right. That's the
big
thing
one.
right now. What is Cousins worth? What's the market?
Mm-hmm.
It's and Kirk doesn't seem like he's jumping up and down and don't like I want to get signed. He's gonna flow with it, see what they come up with, see what they offer.
Yeah, he's got his poker face on. That's
yeah,
for sure.
If he doesn't like the offer, he checks the market.
Mm-hmm. I don't
So-
think he wants to leave.
No, he doesn't.
But during contract negotiations, you obviously can't show your hand. So
The biggest thing is if they don't re-sign him, which is ludicrous if they don't. Who do you bring in a quarterback? Who do you have
Johnny
that can
Manziel.
step right in?
Colt McCoy. Just kidding.
Yeah, but Colt's a good backup.
at that point, you keep
Give us-
RG3.
Do you go out and
give him
draft
another
another
shot.
one?
Give us your 4 first round picks, and we'll give you the number 1 pick in the draft.
What?
I
That
said,
won't
I said give
happen
us
with
your Nets 4
No.
number 1 picks and give us
That won't happen with this general
Yeah, right.
manager. No. I think
Yeah,
what they need to
right.
do is get themselves a good cornerback in the draft.
Yeah.
Someone young, about 6'1" or something like that, and
that guy
knows.
that guy from Virginia Tech,
Well,
Fuller's
they-
younger brother.
I know, but they're also talking about the defensive back from Clemson.
My team has no idea what we're the number 1 pick. We're talking about trading it. We're talking about the defense in from Ohio State.
I just saw that
Yeah,
they were going to
but
go with
that-
Boza from
no
Ohio
one,
State.
No one. That's not who they're going with. That's just what the analyst says. The GM may want to trade the pick, get more. And then the Nets DC team, the Nationals, who apparently are on verge maybe of signing Cepedis, who would give them another power bat lefty. Put him, sorry Worth, but you probably be bumped out of the lineup. Which he's getting up there in age. His production, you can't rely on him to stay healthy anymore. And I think, obviously, if you had Cepedis up there in the outfield with Rivera and Harper, you have a very dangerous outfield, and you have a very dangerous hitting.
Well, it also brings in somebody to protect Harper,
It also
which is
weakens,
a big help.
It also weakens the Mets even more.
Well, it does.
You know how, as a Nats fan, I would love it to take their 2 best hitters, take Murphy and Cepedis away from them. I would love it. That's like if trying to think who the Redskins should take. Like when the Redskins took Deshaun away. That was awesome. What if they took Des Bryant? That'd be amazing.
Mhm.
That's what you're doing. You're taking away their 2
Their
best hitters.
players.
Right.
Give it to us. I just showed you the clip of that throw he made in Oakland.
Yeah.
That's all power in the arm. That's ridiculous.
That was that one from deep left.
Yeah, just threw the guy at home plate, just straight up.
He threw it so fast, they tagged the guy at third, turned around, threw it at home, got him too.
Oh man. Whew.
What?
God, so then, what do you think about the NFL, the Pro Bowl? Do you think you're gonna watch it?
Yeah.
You
I
gonna
think
watch
it's
it?
interesting.
Well, I think the format they have now is pretty good because you get two guys picking teams. It's
Mm-hmm.
not like AFC against NFC
Right.
because we've always
Well, they
said
had to do something
doesn't
because the
mean
people were
anything.
starting not to watch anymore.
Exactly.
Well, Goodell had come up to a point where he said we just might as well cancel it.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
But they're still having it in Hawaii, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it boosts for the week. It boosts some things in Hawaii where they're playing at. All your major NFL players are coming to Hawaii, and I don't know. I look. It's amazing that he goes over. Goodell does all this stuff to go over and play in London stuff. Why haven't they thought, unless the money is not there, to play an NFL game in Hawaii during the season? Or is it because University of Hawaii is settled on the field during the season? But it just amazes me that they haven't. And look into it. Why not play an NFL game?
Well, they're playing them
In
where they
Hawaii.
are in London. I think Mexico.
No,
I think is what I
no.
heard now.
Yeah, I think there's
One in
in
Australia?
Mexico.
Somebody opens up the season in Australia, I
I
believe.
don't think so.
Check it out. I could be wrong.
I thought it was baseball.
Maybe baseball.
And then we'll let's talk a little bit about what me and you. Another thing me and you liked, which is UFC. And did you see
No, I didn't. I missed
McGregor
that.
just went unloaded on Dos Anjos. He
Mm.
just unloaded on him verbally throughout the entire press conference. This
Didn't
fight
see
is
it.
going to be huge. Can you imagine McGregor holds 2 titles in the UFC, which he could? He's that good.
Yeah.
I'm a McGregor fanboy. I'm going to admit it. I like.
Oh, you-
Him is he can talk and back it up. That's the thing. Sonnen, he's like a Chael Sonnen, but better in the ring.
And the fact that he can actually fight.
Yeah, Sonnen and McGregor are two great. They're fight promoters.
Yeah.
They belong in probably WWE for God's sake. So the way they say stuff.
Yeah, and then that's why Sonnen is now a analyst,
Yeah.
a guy on TV
Yeah.
basically. So.
And he knows what he's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And then they had a title fight this week where Dominic Cruz got the I think it was the bantamweight, whatever.
I don't remember.
It was a close fight, and
It was a small weight.
yeah, they were small. Controversy at the end where he won the title through split decision, where other fighters that challenge for the belt don't win split decisions. Normally they give it to the champion, so there's a little controversy there.
Yeah.
So my thing is, if you give him that, Carlos Condit probably should have won the belt last month for how close their fight was. But it all goes down to the judges, and you hate when it goes to the judges. You never want it to. Sometimes maybe they favor someone or not. Another thing is, I think they're saying CM Punk could be finally fighting this year.
Yeah, I heard something.
I
about
think
White.
someone's got to win their fight. I think this next pay-per-view, and then they'll face Punk. I think Punk wants to do UFC 200, which would, I guarantee they'll get more. Whatever pay-per-view he's on, they'll get more ratings just because of him. You'll have a good title fight, but it's just the fact that it's CM Punk that's going to be there. You'll probably get a lot of wrestling guys want to see how he does in his first fight. I mean, I'll probably watch it just see how he does, because he'll be on the main card.
Yeah, he will be.
And if he wins it, it's going to be in a bigger buzz because everyone's
Mhm.
saying he's horrible, blah, blah, blah. And
Right.
we'll see what happens. I mean, everyone went on Lesnar, but the thing with Lesnar was Lesnar had wrestling background.
Yeah, exactly.
He was a champion in college at Minnesota. So we'll see what happens with CM Punk when he debuts. I wonder if he'll use his wrestling music when he comes out and does like his whole little promo where he's like,
Right.
that'd be
no.
hilarious.
You
that'd
hear BJ Penn's thing about coming out of retirement? Yeah.
Every time he comes out of retirement, he gets his ass kicked.
I know. I love the guy,
It's
but
money.
He
I
just
think
loses.
he's just
Maybe he's
too
low
old
on
now,
money, but
man.
he just speaking of people not coming out of retirement but fighting again, Anderson Silva gets his he's coming back to face Michael Bisping. No one you can't watch unless you have UFC Fight Pass. It sucks.
Really?
Yeah, you have to have Fight Pass to watch this fight. I'm
I
like,
didn't
that
see that.
kind of sucks. Kind of want to see Silva come back, but Silva
Also, John Jones is coming back soon too, right?
was he done doing coke?
That's what I thought. He
Looks
was
like he's on
coming back.
steroids now.
Yeah, he's jacked.
He looks like he's on. Is he fighting heavyweight or light heavyweight?
I don't remember where he's fighting.
You know what? I still don't like that they let him back so soon. Got caught with coke, hit and run, left, came back to pick up his weed and money, and then left again. Only got suspended for what? What was it? Couple months, I guess.
Look, man, he was high. He wasn't thinking straight.
Okay, but Nick Diaz just did weed, and they freaking said 1 whole year's bye. I mean, what?
Mhm.
How's that? I know it's not the UFC. It's the committee. But how can you not suspend John Jones for something more when he tested some positive for coke? For God's sake, that's more illegal than weed.
Oh my god.
What?
No, I was just looking it up to see, what he's fighting in the
Hmm.
first highlight. John Jones, and Alistair Overeem are now sponsored by Brazzers.
Oh, jeez.
What's that? A
This is-
bar?
No.
Yeah,
No.
it's a
Oh.
wonderful bar.
Yeah, it's a great
Okay.
bar. It's on the internet all the time.
It's probably fake, but that was funny.
All right.
Yeah, anything's possible.
Of course, Chris Pagan goes on. You're a John Jones fan. I was till I realized all the crap of a butthole person he is. Anyone who does the hit and run and leave is not a good person.
Yeah, I mean, but you also have to think about NFL players too. I mean, at least now they're well.
They're
let's not
cracking
say
down now.
Yeah. it's
Well,
not-
Josh Gordon just applied for reinstatement.
Yeah, I saw that too.
I
what do you
they
think?
denied it.
No,
You
they
think-
haven't said anything yet.
No.
Well, he's a car salesman now, so I mean, really hasn't done much. He's selling cars at a fast rate of speed.
Well, he reinstated for the Cleveland Browns. That's
Oh,
the
I
team
didn't
he
even see
played
Christian
for.
was watching. What's up, Christian?
No, that's not. That's my dad's Christian.
Hi,
Reyes,
Christian.
is that your-
Anyways,
Is that Christian?
Reyes,
Where's
is
he
that
at?
your football player?
Christian Reyes.
Christian Reyes? Yes, that's him.
Wrong Christian, but hey, what's up, man? Shout out.
Yeah, Chris. Oh yeah, another thing. Christian Rivera, one of our co-hosts, won't be joining us that much anymore because he's going back to school. So good for him.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Congrats,
congratulations
man.
for him.
Did you hear what Josh Gordon's slogan was for his car dealership? Come see Josh Gordon. It's a touchdown every time you see him.
Oh my gosh.
I just made that up. That was
Oh,
horrible.
I was gonna say that's
That's
horrible.
Actually, it's not bad. That means he's selling cars.
So I think I'm gonna debut my new segment now. Paul, we ready? I don't have any thing for it. We're gonna do something called Matt's Turnbuckle. Most of my friends know. Chris knows. Even Pagan in the chat room knows that I'm a big, WWE fan. I have the network. I'm sure you can agree. I wish we could only pay $10 a month to get all the pay-per-views for free.
Mhm.
How much? Well, never mind. You had a black box. Can I say that on there? Are you getting in trouble? Oh, that was 5. They can't prosecute
Is that why
him.
my cable bill is high?
That was 10 years ago. They can't prosecute you for that.
Was it that?
I remember those things were fun though.
Yeah.
But the big thing coming up this week is the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. Is this week where the W title is on the line. That's not the big story. The big story is they got 3 new wrestlers are coming into WWE now. They're called it's AJ Styles, Carl Anderson, and Doc Gallows. Doc Gallows used to be in WWE. He used to be called Straight Edge Society with CM Punk. Went to TNA, then he went to New Japan. Carl Anderson was in New Japan. So was AJ. Fan won't know who AJ is, but someone who's watched TNA over the
He was
years.
in the Backstreet Boys.
Yeah, that's different. AJ.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
He was a big time wrestler in TNA. Helped him to get started. He was big in New Japan, so he'll be a big pop for WWE. Everyone's been looking for him. He's been like the top guy people have been wanting to see. Another one was Samoa Joe. He came in NXT. But like I said, the big pay-per-view this week, the Royal Rumble is not for who's going to face the guy at WrestleMania. It's who's going to be the champion. Champion now, Roman Reigns, who's related to The Rock, related to Rikishi, that whole Samoan family, I guess, that little tree line. Why do you look confused? He's like The Rock's cousin or something.
Okay. I didn't know that. I guess, yeah, Rock's dad was from Samoa.
Yeah, no. I think it was his mom, her mother.
Mother or father.
Yeah, like the
one of
High
them.
Chief or whatever. All the like all the guys in wrestling. Rock has a big family tree line in wrestling.
Yeah.
Go back to that
Yeah.
big guy, Yokozuna. What's his name?
Yeah.
Yokozuna?
Yep.
Yeah. So you have a couple Rock family members. It's the guys called the Uso brothers. I know, Chris, you remember
I think they're all
Rikishi?
related
Mhm.
down there.
They're his sons. And let's just say they're
Yeah.
nothing like their dad.
No.
They're not 400
They're
pounds.
jacked.
They're not. Oh, you looking them up?
No, I know who they are.
Yeah, they're not 400 pounds.
Yeah.
So I go
Um,
back to the old days. So some of these guys.
Hey, The Rock shows up once last year.
Woo, I
Of course, he
remember him.
I
can't
remember
wrestle
that.
anymore because he got powerbombed to a turnbuckle and messed up his neck. But the big person now
He's
also.
old. What's he, 70 years old?
Nah, it's like 50. Lesnar's back. He'll be in it. Lesnar appears off and on. Lesnar's someone who I don't think is going to win just because, he's a part-timer, as they say. He comes on for about 4 or 5 pay-per-views, gets his paycheck, and leave. Like I said, he re-signed with WWE instead of UFC because of the money. Vince got the money to offer whoever
Yeah.
wants it.
And he makes it on the
Um,
pay-per-views.
The other new guy in this that everyone's been looking at, his name's Bray Wyatt. He's I guess the younger generation's Undertaker. Has like that cult-like feel, does some weird creepy crap. It's
Is the Undertaker still wrestling?
yes.
Oh, okay.
And he actually for the first time in 5 years he wrestled 3 pay-per-views last year.
Mm.
Usually he's a WrestleMania guy,
and
get
done.
your money. WrestleMania get your money, but they had him do 3 last year because they had so many injuries. Like John Cena's out with a torn rotator cuff, and I'm sure you guys know he's the biggest draw now with all the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Their former champion tore his ACL, so he's out. Randy Orton's out, so they've lost a lot of stars. So that's why
That
they're bringing
sounds
a lot of
like
young
the
guys.
Washington Nationals bench.
Yeah. But so it should be an interesting pay-per-view. I think me and two of my buddies did like a fantasy for Royal Rumble, like a point for every minute someone's in, 2 point for elimination, something fun that you could probably do, but can't really have everyone do it because if you work for WWE,
Is that on the website?
no, it's something we did separate.
Oh, I was gonna
It's
say.
just something for fun.
Gotcha.
We did like a whole fantasy draft. It was kind of interesting. Kane's still in it.
Really?
He put the mask back on.
He's still wearing the red and black.
Yeah, he put it back on. They put it back
Oh.
on him. He had no mask on, and thank God they put a mask back on him.
Yeah.
well,
he was
that's
He was one ugly
Yeah.
son of a.
they finally figured out he's not Undertaker's brother.
Yes, that's been known for a while.
See, that's how long I've been out of it.
So that's what's going on this weekend for WWE. I'm gonna start. I'll do something little every week. I think Paul and me are gonna do something little on the Shipe Sports Talk Show here, just to stress wrestling, because I like talking about it. Still sports entertainment. You still have to be athletic to do it. It's more of a sport than that video game sport they have now, esports. I think
esports.
that's
Mhm.
ridiculous. That is ridiculous.
I don't know if it's.
How do you
ridiculous.
get God? The way they get paid to go to play video games just frustrates the hell out of me.
They have great reaction time, just like any other
God.
athlete. I mean, it's a different type
It's
of.
nuts.
It's a different type of game, but
Like they get I think 40,000 signing bonuses. Something like, are you kidding me?
yeah, I read an article where some guy said his signing bonus is what he made in salary.
That's
It's
nuts.
crazy.
These for
man.
guys that play the game.
Yeah, they just play video
They
games.
play video
That's all they do.
games.
They get sponsored, and now it's a sport.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they had a thing on that
It's not a sport.
last week. They were talking about now they have to be tested before each video contest or whatever for
Really?
doping.
Well, I mean, you gotta think about
I
it. If
didn't
you
see
gotta
that.
think about it.
Yeah.
Probably if they do some weed, that probably could help you concentrate a
No,
little bit.
it's not more weed. It's
No,
more
not
pills
weed.
like.
Oh,
It's not
oh
weed, it's
Adderall
like-
and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah. They
I guess.
have to be tested for doping before they can get into any of the contests.
I guess you could. I guess.
Ain't that something? In order to play on the computer, you gotta be tested.
Hey, I mean, if Lance Armstrong dopes, then I guess anyone can dope.
I
was-
just still find it hard to believe that the doping thing is coming out for playing games. That some of these kids, one kid quit school to become a professional gamer.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you have kids who quit school to become professional poker players.
Yeah, I guess I missed out when I was younger.
Yeah, me too.
I stayed in school.
Shit, Trish, we should have played more, man.
Mm.
I knew we should have played Call of Duty more than going to work that day.
I was actually really good at the original Call of Duty.
Oh, still.
Yeah. I
Now-
I
Paul, what
was-
about you?
What's that?
You've been a multimillionaire now in games on the computer.
What? Yeah, I would be.
What games did you play? You did the World of Warcraft, didn't you?
I did that for a little bit. And then I played some like the StarCraft things, which are like a big. I don't play that anymore.
We're getting way off topic here.
I just
Yeah,
don't have.
well-
I don't have enough time to play anything. I play one game that I can get like in and out, and there's like no, like you don't have to level things or anything like that. You just
Right.
kind of shoot people, and that's it.
Oh.
It's a space shooting game.
All right, well, I guess we'll
I'm just saying, it's pretty awesome.
more of a Call of Duty guy. Madden. I actually started broadcasting Madden. It was pretty fun to do.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
throw your Twitch handle out there.
I
Or
don't-
whatever.
I
Yeah.
gotta remember it. I can't remember. I have to look it up. But yeah, that's esports now as a sport. But I still think wrestling is more of a sport. So I'll be doing that weekly Matt's Turnbuckle segment every week. Just talk about some wrestling, talk about something I like that's sports entertainment. It still requires to be have more athletes and
I'll bring in the esports segment
you should actually you should.
right after your WWE segment. Or
Do
your-
it.
Why not?
Yeah,
Why not?
Add to it.
We'll get some esports people out there who
Yeah.
like to play. I don't even know what it is. DOD or DOTA or
Anything
Dota?
really.
I don't know what it is.
They'll play. I mean, I'm sure they have all the game sports for like I mean all the sports games. They have winners for that. I don't know if you guys talked about it, but for some reason the stream is like
I saw it. What's going on?
it's like popping. It's like going. It's just going. It like you'll hear it and then it'll go just real quick. It'll go low and then come back up and then but then you hear these little like.
I think it's YouTube. It's got to be YouTube.
Yeah, I've checked everywhere in here. Like it sounds good going into the computer. So it's either the computer that's streaming out or
Maybe it's the
YouTube.
incoming weather.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, what is
Damn
there?
no.
So let's go ahead and talk about that. What's everyone going to be doing for the snow? Like anything? I mean, I got to work Saturday and Sunday, but I highly doubt I'm getting to work. I highly doubt I'm getting to work. Because like literally, it's like, well, if I come to work and crash my car, are you paying for it? No.
Yeah, I mean it's.
I'll be
tough.
getting my e-sport on.
I can't. I'm probably gonna. I don't know if I'm going to work. I'd probably be able to telecommute tomorrow. So hopefully that's the case.
Coach will just be home watching football probably.
Yeah, they've already canceled Montgomery County schools for tomorrow.
Yeah, they
so
did.
Oh, wow. So you got
I'll
the
be
night
home watching the game shows and keeping up on the weather and sleeping.
Nice.
Chris, what are you doing?
I'm going to
drunk?
work tomorrow.
Yeah, but I mean after work. Going to a party.
After work, we'll find out.
Snowmageddon
We'll
party.
see. I don't know.
What time is what does work? What time do you get out of work?
We're closing early at 12,
Right.
but we have a specific process that runs like at 12, so I'll probably be there till about 12:30.
That's fine.
Oh,
I
well,
work
you're not
until
gonna
2.
hit any kind
I
of
work
snow.
until 2, so I may hit just like little flurries to begin with, but that's about it.
possible.
You might not hit anything.
No,
They're saying between 2 and 7. But I know the blizzard warning
It's
goes
5
from 4
hours.
goes from 4 p.m. to
right.
Saturday, so I guess the night's when it's supposed to get really bad.
Yep.
Just please, everyone, stay off the roads. Don't go out unless you have to. Unless you're having a baby or you get injured really bad, just
Yeah.
stay off the roads. Let the crews do their job because if they're out there trying to get you dug out, then they can't help the people that need to be helped. So just stay off the roads. Whatever you do.
Stay in and watch it.
and if
It'll
you're a
be
boss
nice.
or a manager listening, let your people go home early. If you've watched yesterday, don't let those people. Paul's happy about that.
Yes.
You like that?
I like that. I mean, that's the thing. Where I work, like they're having trouble just telling people to work from home. You
Right.
know, but it's like we have everything we need to be able to work from home.
Why not?
Like
Just work from home then.
50% of the people who work there work from home. It's like just say work from home. Like, well, we have to wait and see what these guys say and then these guys say. It's like, come on, man, just work. Okay, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna be sick tomorrow and I have to work from home so I don't get anybody else sick. Is that good enough for you? You know, like, come on, just give it to them. Give
I
it
guess
to us.
one other little announcement. I guess once we can figure out my computer at home, I'll probably start putting out some little things throughout the week.
Yeah,
So look for that.
yeah.
Do a little Snowmageddon update. Maybe I'll do a live broadcast during the snowstorm. I'll go outside and do one.
It'll be interesting. We got to get Matt like to work with the computer. It's definitely.
I can do
Yeah.
Microsoft Word and
With-
Facebook.
Well, one of the
Microsoft
good
Word.
things about it is if you're not going in and staying inside, there'll be 2 really good football games on to watch this weekend.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
What's going on? Anything? I guess tomorrow or is Friday? Nothing really going on there, I guess. Unless
No,
you're
but you
off.
can set yourself up because you'll be home. You can get everything set up for Sunday and,
That's true.
get everything ready.
Mm-hmm.
That's
And
what I
that
plan
way
on doing.
You sure won't be going out for anything. You should
Nope.
already have it in.
Not at
Nope.
all. We ain't going out. I'm not going out.
Now, if your electricity goes out, you got a gas grill outside. That'll be fun. Just
We don't have a gas grill.
I wasn't talking to you.
I'm just saying we don't.
I'm just saying, just shovel around the gas grill, light the fire, and have a cookout in the winter.
I missed the
Oh,
day
yeah.
I was able to walk to your house and we just chill.
Mm-hmm. That's what I might do.
No,
I
I
might walk
can't.
to my friend's house.
Can't do it anymore.
No. Yeah, it was literally what, 1 minute walk, 2 minute walk. That was fun.
Can't even go sled riding at the high school anymore since they added all that other new stuff now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's really no place up there to.
Nope,
I
not
don't
anymore.
think
that
of
was
any.
the place.
Unless you want to try to maneuver down the back.
Yeah, take your kids out. This is a good snow to go sled riding. How
This
big
would be
it's
a
going to
great
be.
snow for sleigh riding. If
Take
you
'em
can
out.
walk to a place you can go sleigh
Yeah, don't-
riding.
Yeah.
Right, don't drive.
I'm sure you got
Yeah.
some for your kids, right? Around here?
Oh yeah, all over the place.
Yeah.
The only thing is with that much snow, it gets kind of difficult to actually start
Maneuver.
sledding. Yeah, because then like you got to think 2 feet is half of like my
Half a
youngest.
person,
Is
yeah.
half of my youngest son, maybe more. So he's just kinda like, and
Just
I'm not
make-
gonna carry him.
yeah,
So
just put an orange hat on him.
Maybe not so much Friday or Saturday, but maybe Sunday.
Sunday be
once
a
the
good
snow
day.
is
Yeah.
done, settled, it's packed. You can actually walk on it. Kind
And
of
of course, for the kids, there's no school on Monday, so that's a good day too
Mhm.
to get out with the kids
Oh.
on Monday.
They ain't going back to school until next Monday. Next Monday, probably.
yeah, it'll be
'Cause-
the roads will be clear by
Yeah.
like Sunday. I'm
Sunday
guessing.
night,
Mhm.
Yeah.
May-
Sunday evening.
Hopefully.
Yeah, no, they will.
Let them wait until after 2 o'clock Sunday so I don't have to go to work again. Like, we'll stay home, watch the games in the Royal Rumble.
I'd love to have a 3-day weekend. That'd be awesome.
Technically, you have a 2.5 day weekend.
Yeah, that's true. Technically, so
Me,
just
I'm
make
gonna
it
have a
3.5.
long weekend.
You guys are closing early because of the snow, or just 'cause
Yeah.
that's what? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Because of the snow, we're closing early. So.
Anybody with any common sense will keep their people home.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's no chance.
If-
There's
if-
no.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting. So we're waiting for the government to say, okay, You know, go do unscheduled telework or something like that. That's what we're waiting for. So hopefully because it's coming right at rush hour.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't step up and do something, it's gonna be madness. If anybody goes in, I don't know. Anyway,
All right, well, I think, Paul, it's time for your little shamil.
Shamizel. So the Shipe Sports Talk can be found at ShipeSportsTalk.com. You can download all the podcasts there. You can subscribe iTunes and Stitcher. Give comments and ratings. What else can you do? Go to the Facebook page, like us, friend us, follow us. What is it? Follow us
On
All of them.
on
Facebook?
I guess
Like.
all of
Facebook
them.
is like.
Okay. And then if you subscribe, then all the podcasts will go directly to your phone or whatever. You don't have to do anything after you subscribe. Every new podcast is going to be sent to you automatically. Send us questions at shipesportstalk@gmail.com. Twitter is at shipesportstalk. Everything at shipesportstalk. We'd love to hear from you. I'm sure Matt and the fellas would love to answer your questions. But if you're into esports, let us know. If you're into
my Twitch is Buckwheat489.
that's what you were thinking of.
Yeah.
You were staring hard into something. I was like, what's he doing?
Buckwheat489. Oh, also, everyone who did the baseball fantasy last year, that's coming back up pretty soon. So I'm sure Mr. Second Place right here, who's never watched baseball probably in his life hardcore.
I've watched baseball.
Yeah, but not hardcore. So look for that. It's coming up, baseball fantasy. So start looking for that.
Okay.
Our baseball preview show will be coming up after the football season ends. So that was a big show last year for us. We'll probably change the format a little bit this year.
Oh, the baseball preview?
Yeah.
Oh, I was asleep for most of it, I think so.
So was people on the YouTube that complained about it.
I like baseball.
Oh, I'm not sure.
I love baseball, but obviously not as much as you do.
So for myself, Paul,
Uh-huh.
Coach, Chris, please be careful this weekend. Enjoy the snow. Don't be out unless you have to. And everyone enjoy the football games and enjoy the Royal Rumble this weekend.
Make sure you get to the liquor stores before they close. Montgomery County closes at 5 p.m. So, just in case anyone hasn't got their liquor yet, go.
Oh, really? At 5 p.m.?
Yeah, they're closing at 5 p.m.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
tomorrow.
All right, everybody. Have a
Have a good evening.
great weekend.
Good
Bye.
night, everybody.